Well, I grew up in California, and my father was never really around. He was in and out of prison, and so I was mainly just living with my mother, and she had been a drug addict throughout my life. So I just grew up, and I thought that was just normal, and I just kind of tried to go through it. And she had a abusive boyfriend, so that kind of made it tough on our relationship. But she's my mother. I loved her. And then I just kind of went through school, did my best I could. And then my freshman year, things bubbled to a boiling point. And my family out here they're technically my cousins that I moved out here to live with. And they had always wanted me to live with them, but I never thought anything was wrong with my family. I just thought, my mother going and doing drugs was just normal. So I didn't think it was really necessary. But then there was a physical altercation with my mom's boyfriend and myself, and that caused me to finally take my cousin's offer up and move out here. Well, I moved here, and my family out here got me involved in football, and then later on wrestling and track, and it was really awesome because I remember the first week I went to football camp, and I made a lot of friends just right off the bat, so I was really lucky in that sense. And some of the friends that I made through football, I'm still best friends with today. So with that, it made it really easy, a nice, smooth transition. Obviously, I missed my friends in California. I even missed my mom. I missed my aunt because she was like my grandma all my life. And moving out here, I really didn't know my cousins. They were just kind of, oh yeah, hey cousins. So it was really awesome to get to know them and really be a part of their family, because now I just think of them as my mom and dad and my three sisters. So it's really changed a lot, but definitely in a good way. The teachers are all super nice here, really helpful. I remember my sophomore year I had an English teacher named Mrs. Raber, and one of the big things from California moving here is that my English skills were definitely not up to par. But she helped me so much. And I would come in before school, and she'd work with me on my papers and help edit. And I'm so grateful for that, because now my English skills are a little bit more up to par. But it was definitely a big change for me, high school wise, this setting at least it was. I lost a little bit of weight because when I first moved here I was 245 pounds. So I was a little, not just a little overweight, I was pretty big. But through football I lost about 25 pounds, I think. And then my cousin here, the father of the family, wrestled in high school. So my family pushed me to try wrestling. I'll give it a shot, is what I thought to myself. And then through wrestling, in the first month, I lost 25 pounds. And then after all the conditioning, all the practices, after all that, I got down to 185 or so, that year at least. So I lost about 60 pounds through wrestling and football. Well, the DJ's Hero Scholarship, I hadn't really heard about it as I was applying for other smaller scholarships, obviously. Not very many out there for $10,000. But Mrs. Lane approached me about this scholarship that she wanted me to enter a paper into, and she was willing to nominate me. And I thought, wow, okay, I'll write a paper for that. That's not too hard. So I did it, and I didn't really have my hopes too high, because just going through life, I didn't think my story was as big as everyone else thinks it is, I guess. Because I was just, doing my best, getting through every situation that came my way. Just seeing what the rest of my family had, because my cousins out here are very successful people. I mean, the father of the family is a surgeon, the mother's a nurse practitioner. I have family out in California that are really successful people, and going to family dinners and seeing that is seeing the big house that we were eating dinner in and the happy family. I always wanted that. I knew that I wanted that in my future. So I wasn't going to let, some random kid offer me drugs, make that not a possibility for myself. Well, I plan on majoring in criminal justice, and I went on a visit and talked to the professor, and they have a really good connection with the Norfolk Police Department. So hopefully if things pan out, I can get a job right after college in Norfolk, or even better, Lincoln, come back and be close to my family, obviously. the little ceremony that you have in elementary school, that was a big deal back then. Middle school graduation, oh, even bigger. And now high school, it's going to be pretty awesome to walk across the stage and receive my diploma and just know that I'm done with this chapter of my life and on to the next.